Hey, welcome back to the Lardner's page. I'm just sharing today my deck. I've got all my indoor plants outside. I'm getting some sun today. This is my money tree. He is about up to my shoulder, so it's about 6 feet tall. I'm about 6'4", 6'5", and this had to get repotted here because I had a little bit of root rot. So I put them back into a nursery pot here. I'm hoping that these roots will just kind of push straight down. All that soil was compacted in that old pot, so hopefully this drainage will help. My gigantic Monstera, still looking great. Really just huge leaves here. I do need to do some trimming. You could see it's got primary stem here, it's got a primary stem here, and it's got a massive primary stem out this way with a majority of the top foliage. I could realistically cut this and chop this up into 3 different plants. I do have a new pot for it that I was thinking about repotting it and chopping it just to manage it. It's way too big, but jury's still out, so we're just gonna let it keep growing. I got this nice guy for $1.98 from my local Food Lion. Some of these leaves don't look the best, but it's a really pretty plant. It goes well on a nice shelf, and it's super low maintenance and survives anything. This normally is in a shaded office most of its life, so it has not been growing upward, but these guys can get up to like 8-9 feet tall. Really pretty, so I'm just gonna let them continue growing and get some more sunlight. I've got my one 3-gallon pot, fabric pot, tomato plant here. This is a San Marzano. You can see it's really happy. It's got some tomato sites here. You can see right here, this will become tomatoes. We've got some tomatoes right here that are actually already flowering, which is really great to see. Let's see if I can get a shot of the flowers there. But one thing I did notice, and if you have a tomato plant, is you want to make sure that you prevent diseases. A lot of diseases happen because the soil just remains too damp. You need to let the soil and the roots dry out in between. And another thing that you want to look at is you want to make sure that you're not stressing your tomato plant by having these kind of parasitic growth happening. I don't know the proper term, but this is the main stem here. If you follow it from the roots all the way up, you can clearly see this is the main stem. I have some shoots here. This one right here that I'm wiggling, and this one here that are actually kind of coming off of the main stem, and they're going to divert a lot of nutrients. You can get one big gigantic yield of tomatoes if you just let it go and kind of leave it alone, but you can get more steady growth and a healthier plant throughout more of the summer if you trim off these excess leader stems here and just keep the one primary stem. You'll prevent a lot of disease. There won't be a lot of wilting, and you'll just get tomatoes on a more regular occurrence versus kind of the plant expelling all of its energy to make as many tomatoes as possible, and then it kind of dies and kills itself. So tomato plant, I've got my devil's ivy that I actually put on my entertainment system underneath the TV. It looks pretty nice. I've got, this is a cutting of a Monstera. It's pretty ugly, but just letting them live. Pumpkin has not done anything. I'm not concerned. I'll probably get rid of that soon. The lemon tree is still alive. I did repot this one as well into a nursery pot. This was pretty root rotted. The soil that was actually in that green pot right there was just super compacted, and honestly it looks like a bonsai tree underneath here. The roots only go about this deep, and it's like the whole base of it is the roots, but it's like only this thick. So I'm really hoping that this survives. There's still a lot of green on it. It is not happy, but it is, honestly, it's looked worse. So if I can just get this rootstock to survive, I think this plant will be nice and lush and pretty. The persimmon tree is looking fantastic here. Got some new bud growth right there. Got another bud site right here. This is a secondary leader stem here. See the shape of this tree here. So I'm just going to continue watching this. You can see there's 3 more leaves coming out there. I don't want this side to get too long and start leaning this tree over. So there is a real possibility that I trim this here to just allow the tree to, you know, vertically grow. And then just some other aesthetically appealing indoor plants. We've got our, I don't know what this is called, but I just repotted this as well. You can already see that it's happy, shooting up new leaves. This thing was about 1/3 of the size when we bought it, and it's going nuts. This is another plant that looks like it's in the same type of family with these leaves, but it's got like a longer stem to it. Really pretty. And then we've got our fiddle leaf figs. This fiddle leaf is 6 or 7 years old. It came across on our travels across country. Still alive. It's getting a little overwatered. You can see these red spots. These are burst capillaries. It's just saying that you're overwatering, but we've had some torrential rain recently, so that's what's causing that. And then our other fiddle leaf here, which also got a repot into a larger pot. These roots looked super good, and it was root bound. Yeah, this is much better. This is a really healthy plant here. I got good genetics. I think I bought this guy actually from Costco a couple years ago, but it's really grown well, and it's even made a little cutting here. This is off of the base of that fiddle leaf there. I've been rooting it in. I've got these little things in the window here that allow me to grow kind of these cuttings and get a little sunlight, but this is fully rooted, so I stuck it in some soil. I got another one here with a little bit of white on it. I really like this variegation. I think it's really cool. We actually have some new white growth. Ooh, today is the first time I'm seeing that. Got a new stem coming out that's also variegated, which is perfect. Yay. My money tree, if this one does not survive, which I believe it will, but if it does not survive, I did take a cutting, and this thing is rooted, and it's pretty happy. So this cutting here was variegated as well, but it's yellow and not happy looking, so that may not survive. And I don't even know what this is, but it is always in this state right here. I've put it in the bathroom. I've put it in the sunniest spot, the shadiest spot, you know, 50-50 spots. It is never happy. It always looks like this, but it never dies. I don't understand it. So yeah, these are my indoor plants. I'm sure I actually have a couple more inside that I haven't brought out, but thanks for checking out my plants. If you have any questions about any of these, maintenance, growth, watering, feeding, let me know in the comments. This is lately what I've been using here, this all-purpose fertilizer. It's organic, and it just smells like pee and poop, honestly. It smells horrible, but I put it in this gigantic Costco vinegar jug. I pour these things in here, and then I fill it up, and then I let it sit overnight, and it turns into kind of a liquid fertilizer that I then pour onto the soil. I'm not going to do that right now though. The soil is still pretty damp in all of these, so I want these to dry out, get rid of any of these fungus gnats that are in there, and we'll be rocking and rolling.